Welcome to the webinar. My name is Scott and I've been working with National University for about 3 years now, training educators all over the country, spreading the good news about SEL to anyone who'll listen. And so what's the good news? The social skills that we teach our children through Sanford Harmony will not only produce positive effects in the classroom, but will help our students be successful in elementary school, middle school, high school, college, and on into the real world. Thank you so much for joining me today as we discuss creative methods to incorporate Sanford Harmony in the home. Check out the Sanford Harmony tagline located on the bottom left portion of the screen. Healthy relationships begin with harmony. With the news of the coronavirus or COVID-19 and all the changes that we're experiencing around the globe, you may think this no longer holds true. After all, most schools have been temporarily closed in the hopes of containing the virus. So how can we continue to build healthy relationships when our classrooms have taken on a totally new look? We here at Sanford Harmony believe now more than ever is a pivotal moment in the lives of our children. And now more than ever is the right time to continue teaching our students the social emotional competencies that will help them in school and in life. What follows are creative ideas to not only involve the student with social emotional learning, but the entire family. Again, thank you so much for joining me today as we explore Sanford Harmony in an entirely new light. I'm assuming you've probably decided to attend today's Harmony at Home webinar in the hopes of discovering new ideas on how to continue building the social emotional competencies of your students through distance or virtual learning. Well, I have great news. The Sanford Harmony online learning portal is the perfect platform to teach your students in a virtual setting. And because I'll be learning from home, it'll be a wonderful opportunity for the entire family to be involved. So let's get started. I typically don't read slides verbatim, but I'm going to read this one because it's important we understand the definition as we proceed through the webinar. So what is social emotional learning? It's the process through which children and adults acquire and effectively apply the knowledge, attitudes, and skills necessary to understand and manage emotions, set and achieve positive goals, feel and show empathy for others, establish and maintain positive relationships, and make responsible decisions. This is the SEL definition is created by CASEL, or the Collaborative for Academic, Social, and Emotional Learning. This is the industry standard. It's also the origin for all of the components of the Sanford Harmony program. Everything in Sanford Harmony can be traced back to CASEL's SEL definition. This is the man behind the vision, philanthropist T. Denny Sanford. Together with National University and other partners, he makes Sanford Harmony available at no cost to schools and organizations. He believes so much in the mission that he's removed cost as a barrier to bringing this program to the children of the world. But the gift alone will not accomplish the objective. It takes people just like you, teachers, administrators, parents, and other caregivers to be the difference in the lives of our students. Harmony is designed to build strong classroom communities through intentional relationship building, focusing on connection, acceptance, respect, problem solving, and inclusion. And we believe the benefits don't end there, because when students are focused on learning and are empowered as problem solvers, teachers can teach and children can learn. Harmony was researched and developed by Arizona State University over a 7-year period, and we have ongoing research from Johns Hopkins University, and the evidence is clear. With the use of the Harmony program, academic achievement, school enjoyment, and empathy are increased, while stereotyping, bullying, teasing, and aggression are decreased. The Harmony program is comprised of 2 main components. First, we have our everyday practices, which are Meet Up, Buddy Up, and our Harmony goals. Next, we have the curriculum to support direct instruction of social emotional learning skills. So students will learn and practice SEL competencies in whole or small group lessons, games, and activities, and will then apply those skills in Meet Up and Buddy Up. And the great news is everything you need to incorporate Sanford Harmony can be found on our Sanford Harmony online learning portal. That's right. All the lessons, activities, stories, games, even the quick connection cards are available through the portal, and everything on our portal is offered in English and in Spanish. Whether you already have a username and password, or if you'd like to create one, everything begins on our main page, sanfordharmony.org. So to get things started, I'm going to click on the green Online Learning Portal tab. From here, if you'd like to sign into the portal or register for free, simply click anywhere on the page. At this point, if you'd like to create an account, click the orange Register Now for Free tab. If you already have a username and password, complete the two fields in the Sign In block and then click the blue Sign In tab. Notice from here you have three options. Let's begin by discussing the National University Sanford College of Education tab. This portal is designed to help teachers, parents, and counselors apply SEL in their schools. It features in-action scenarios, steps for classroom implementation of SEL, guided reflections, and a place to share your own ideas and best practices. Next, the Sanford Inspire portal provides free, on-demand professional development modules and resources. It's a national movement designed to develop pre-K through 12th grade educators with outstanding instructional skills through teacher prep programs and online professional development modules. And just like with Sanford Harmony, it's absolutely free. I'll take you on a tour of the Sanford Inspire portal right after we complete the Sanford Harmony tour. Speaking of Sanford Harmony, I'm going to click on the blue Go Now tab, which will take us to our dashboard. We made it. This is my Sanford Harmony online learning portal dashboard. Let's begin our tour by checking out the family letter located at the bottom right-hand side of the dashboard. The family letter is an excellent resource to introduce our parents and family members to social emotional learning in Sanford Harmony. The letter describes the shared goals that parents and teachers have for their children, such as helping them to be fulfilled, happy, confident, responsible, kind, and loving. The information also describes the correlation between social emotional learning and prevention of violence, truancy, bullying, and substance abuse. It also shows the correlation between students participating in SEL and significant gains on academic achievement tests. If you look at the top portion of the dashboard, you'll notice that teachers have the ability to download the family letter and tailor it to fit the needs of their classroom community. And like all other resources on the portal, you can toggle back and forth between English and Spanish. Let's go back to our dashboard and continue our tour. To the left of the family letter, you'll find the Calendar and Events section. By clicking on the See More tab, you'll have access to the Sanford Harmony calendar, which keeps you up to date with upcoming webinars and events so you can stay connected with Sanford Harmony. Now let's go back to our dashboard. Just above the family letter, you'll see the Everyday Practices area, which will provide you with pertinent facts and information referencing any one of the 5 topics you see here: Introduction, Harmony Goals, Meetup, Buddy Up, and Quick Connection Cards. Let me provide you with an example. Let's click on the Harmony Goals. The information not only describes what Harmony Goals are, but it also describes how to explain to your students why we're creating our Harmony Goals. And finally, using the drop-down menus provide step-by-step instructions listing how you and your students can create your Harmony Goals. For example, Step 1 states, think about and discuss ideas for how students want to interact with each other. Step 2 states, synthesize the ideas into 3 to 5 goals focused on what students should do. When we open up the drop-down menu, it provides detailed information for the teacher to assist with accomplishing this specific portion of the goals creation process. Now let's move back to our dashboard and continue the tour. Let's hover over the How It Works tab and then click on the On-Demand Training tab, which will open up wonderful opportunities for you to dive deeper into each component of the Sanford Harmony program. From here, you'll have access to self-paced video courses that focus on the following 3 topics: our Sanford Harmony Training Overview, the Sanford Harmony Everyday Practices, and our Unit Lessons, Activities, and Games. Completing the self-paced video courses will provide you with a strong foundation that will definitely assist you with teaching your children the social-emotional competencies that will help them be successful in the classroom and in life.
Beneath the self-paced courses, you'll find examples of teachers incorporating the lessons and activities into their classrooms. From pre-K to 6th grade, you'll witness firsthand what it looks like to incorporate Sanford Harmony with fidelity. Now let's move back to our dashboard and see how we can access Sanford Harmony's Quick Connection cards. The Quick Connection cards are the centerpiece of our Buddy Up activities, and they're also a big hit in our meetups. There are two avenues we can follow to link to the Quick Connection cards. Let me walk you through both. First, click on the Quick Connection cards prompt located underneath the Everyday Practices. The second avenue is located at the top of the dashboard. First, hover over the Curriculum drop-down menu. Next, go to Everyday Practices. We're going to slide over to our right and move all the way down to the bottom and click on Quick Connection cards. There are three types of Quick Connection cards. We have our Conversations cards, Collaborations cards, and Community Builders. Notice how the cards are broken up into grade levels. First you have the early childhood cards for our pre-K through 2nd graders, and then next we have our upper grade cards for our 3rd through 6th graders. For access to the cards, determine the grade and the type of card you'd like to review, and then hover and click. For example, let's say I'm a 2nd grade teacher searching for a Collaborations card. I would hover over the Early Childhood Collaborations card and click. From here, I have access to the entire deck. I can review the cards and select the one based on the activity, my goals, and the amount of time I have to invest. Once you create your free profile, you'll have access to all three decks for all grade levels. Let's go back to the dashboard and begin the review of Sanford Harmony's lessons and activities. All of Sanford Harmony's lessons and activities are based on the following 5 themes: diversity and inclusion, empathy and critical thinking, communication, problem solving, and peer relationships. Notice how each of the themes provides a short synopsis of what's to follow. For instance, under problem solving it states, children learn constructive approaches to resolving conflict, focusing on conflict resolution steps that facilitate healthy relationship patterns. Now let's move to the drop-down menu above the themes. Click on the SEL Units tab and you'll have access to the entire pre-K through 6th grade curriculum. You'll also have access to the out-of-school time curriculum for both lower and upper grades. And this is what we're going to be focusing on as we learn how to introduce Sanford Harmony to our students, parents, and family members in a different setting, in the home. To continue with the tour, I'll click on the out-of-school time for lower grades tab. And just like that, you'll have access to all 5 units for our out-of-school time for lower grades curriculum. Now let me click on the Empathy and Critical Thinking tab and show you around one of the units. All of the units, regardless of grade level, are presented in the same manner, with the unit goals and Homeschool Connections on the left and the lessons and activities on the right. Let's continue the tour by reviewing our Homeschool Connections. The Family Letter is an excellent resource to provide to parents as you begin each new theme. It provides an overview of the unit broken down by lesson that explains the goals that will be accomplished and the importance of each lesson as it relates to social emotional competencies. Let's go back and discover more about our home connections. The home activities is another opportunity to increase family engagement. Let's click on the tab to learn more about how the student, parents, and family members can effectively use Sanford Harmony's lessons and activities in the home. With the help of the home activities, the family is able to engage in social emotional skills discussions. By exploring the information learned throughout the unit, the family can discuss specific social emotional competencies and challenge their child through scripted prompts. Now let's go back and wrap up our discussion on home connections. The teacher can download the family letter and the home activities to her personal computer and tailor it to fit the needs of her classroom community. And like every other asset on the online learning portal, she can provide the information in Spanish, English, or both. Let's take a look at one of the lessons located in the Empathy and Critical Thinking unit. I'll click on Lesson 2.1, Recognizing Feelings. Notice how each lesson has a short snippet describing exactly what we can expect. Under 2.1, Recognizing Feelings, it states, children learn to identify and demonstrate the physical signs of different emotions. Discuss how various emotions look, sound, and feel, and practice demonstrating and identifying different emotions. Notice how the lesson has all of the qualities of a well-written lesson plan. It describes the materials that will be needed, the lesson's goals, learning objectives, and key concepts and vocabulary, as well as a section describing its relevance. The information directs us to read the feelings on the outside, feelings on the inside story first. So let's begin right there. By clicking on the Read and Discuss tab, you'll uncover before reading, during reading, and after reading activities. For instance, the before reading activities provides a preview of the story as well as questions to ask the children. Under the During Reading tab, you'll find questions to engage students and connect to the storyline. Finally, under the After Reading tab, you'll discover questions designed to check for understanding and further the discussion. Now it's time to read the story. You can enlarge it by clicking on the Full Screen tab located at the bottom. To turn the page, simply find the arrow on the right side of the screen to go forward, or the left side of the screen to go back. After you've read the story and discussed it with your children, it's time to start the activity. But before we begin, let's review the materials we'll need. In the materials section, it states we'll need a whiteboard, feeling faces card, and an emotion cues chart. But it's okay if you don't have a whiteboard. You can use a notebook or a piece of paper. Let's click on the feeling faces cards and discover how we'll use it in the activity. The instructions state, cut these into cards. Buddies will act out how the emotion feels inside and looks outside. We have afraid, embarrassed, happy, mad, sad, and surprised. Next, let's check out the emotion cues chart. The instructions state, use this as a reference when discussing emotion cues. We'll receive further instructions on how to use this table once we move into the scripted portion of the activity. The story's been read, we understand the materials that we need, and now it's time to begin the activity. As we begin, we may have to tailor the activity to fit the needs of the learning situation. For instance, if it asks the students to buddy up with another student, maybe a sibling or a parent can join in. The entire activity has been organized into 3 distinct sections: the beginning, the middle, and of course the end. At the beginning, we're setting the stage. It's the introduction, and we use it as a means to capture the attention of the student. Facilitating the activity comes next. During this section, the child will be an active participant as the teacher or parent directs them utilizing the script. And finally, we have the wrap-up, or the conclusion. This provides time to reflect on the activity and everything we've learned by asking probing, open-ended questions. Let's review all 3, beginning with the Set the Stage prompt. As you can see, to set the stage, everything has been scripted out for you. At the beginning, you'll explain that we'll be discussing how to recognize emotions or feelings. Towards the end, you'll brainstorm as many emotion names as possible, and they can write them down on the whiteboard or on a piece of paper or notebook. To facilitate the activity, read through the script to gain an understanding of what the child will be accomplishing. For this activity, the parent will begin by demonstrating one of the emotions listed from the previous brainstorming activity. Next, the children will have the opportunity to show off their theatrical talents by demonstrating different emotions using the feeling face cards. You can even add additional prompts. For example, say, show me how you would look if you were afraid of a big dog that was barking across the street. After multiple opportunities to explore many of the emotions listed, and after you feel as though the child is gaining a better understanding of the different emotions, it'll be time to move to the Wrap It Up. During the Wrap It Up, the parent or teacher will have the opportunity to ask open-ended questions to assist with checking for understanding and to conclude the activity. After the Feeling Charades activity, you can ask, what are some ways that emotions or feelings can change our bodies? You can also ask, what can you do to figure out how others are feeling? These questions represent wonderful opportunities to explore the learning of the child as well as assist with further discussions. I hope you enjoyed the tour of the Sanford Harmony online learning portal as much as I did. Now let's continue by discovering more creative opportunities to incorporate social emotional learning in the home. Changes in home schedules and separation from school, family, and friends can create a great amount of stress and anxiety for our students. And although our classroom community may have a different look, our role as educators can have a dramatic effect on our children as we do our part to focus on the same dreams, goals, and aspirations our children had prior to this new reality. Imagine the impact of something as simple as providing a sense of normalcy or creating structure and stability for our children as they continue their education in this new setting. Seeking out creative methods to deliver Sanford Harmony into the home can help you help your children. So let's check out a few more creative opportunities to involve parents and family members in the social emotional learning process. First, don't keep it a secret. Teach the parents how to create a username and password for our Sanford Harmony online learning portal and show them how to access the stories, all of the lessons and activities and the songs, games, and printables. And don't stop there. Show them how to access the quick connection cards and all the helpful information in the everyday practices section on the dashboard. At Sanford Harmony, we're committed to teaching children effective social emotional skills, and we will leave no stone unturned. Providing parents access to our portal is just another creative method to assisting you with teaching the social emotional competencies that your children need for success in these unique circumstances. And don't forget to invite students to decorate their own Z, Flat Stanley style. Each student can take pictures or create drawings with Z to illustrate their story of Z's visit with the family. For the older grades, incorporate journaling into the activity to add an additional layer of academic learning. And don't forget about dinner time meetup. What a wonderful way to get families to connect and learn more about Sanford Harmony all at the same time. In the classroom, meetup supports inclusiveness, belonging, positive relationships, empathy, and problem solving. And families can expect the same as they greet one another, share ideas, solve problems, and engage in community building activities. Who knows? Maybe they'll even create and monitor their own Harmony goals. Speaking of Harmony goals, wouldn't it be awesome if the parents utilized the same 4 steps that we use in the classroom and created their family's Harmony goals? And don't stop there. Provide them with specific quick connection cards and describe what a buddy up looks like using the conversations and collaborations cards. And don't forget about the community builders. These cards will help create wonderful whole group, or in this case, whole family activities to strengthen relationships. You can also request that parents provide you with sunshine surprises. Check out the example. Maddie really shined today. She was so kind. She cleaned her room without being asked, and she helped me clean the kitchen. Sunshine surprises are an opportunity to provide positive comments about our children. It also encourages engagement in the social emotional learning process at home. Think about it. The parent is seeking out specific examples of how their child followed a Harmony goal, and then will discuss those incidents with their child and provide feedback to you, the teacher. After you read the sunshine surprise, send a note back to Maddie explaining how thrilled you are that she followed her Harmony goals at home. Sunshine surprises are a creative method to not only teach the child social emotional competencies, but it helps the parent with engaging the child as they reinforce the same skills being taught in the classroom. Encouraging parents and family members to partner with us as we embark on our social emotional learning journey is crucial for success. Sanford Harmony has an abundance of resources for the educator to share with parents as we continually seek out opportunities to collaborate and hone the social emotional competencies of our children. Remember, social emotional learning truly is enhanced when the teacher, parents, and family all take an active role. I want to invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Pinterest. I'm also going to issue a challenge. We have so many teachers all over the world finding new creative methods to incorporate Sanford Harmony. In this new challenging time we find ourselves in, I invite you to share your experiences, creativity, and best practices so educators the world over can incorporate tried and tested methods for bringing Sanford Harmony into the home. Let's shift our focus away from Sanford Harmony and onto another opportunity. Look, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Many of us find ourselves spending an unusually large amount of time in our homes due to the effects that the coronavirus is having on our country and around the world. If you're like me, you may find yourself getting a case of cabin fever. As educators, we're simply not used to spending this much time in the home. But on a positive note, it may present an opportunity to accomplish goals that you may not have had time for in the past. With that in mind, I'd like to show you around our Sanford Inspire portal. You're just a click away to free, high-quality professional development. Our suite of research-based, classroom-tested professional development modules helps you create a learning environment that is productive, rewarding, and inspirational. On-demand modules are 30 to 60-minute micro courses that develop teachers' knowledge, skills, and mindsets around specific elements of inspirational teaching. Let's take a look around. From the Sanford Inspire dashboard, simply click on the View Units in Modules tab to discover all of the courses that are offered. From here, you can select a unit to review the micro courses that you may be interested in. Since this webinar has a focus on harmony in the home, let's click on the Family Focus unit. From here, you can review the courses under the headings Family Engagement and Embracing Our Community, and then click to get started. That's all there is to it. We've covered a lot of material today. I thank you so much for investing time to learning how to educate our children during this unpredictable, trying situation. Our families can be a wonderful asset to the social-emotional development of our children, and so are you. Thank you for attending today's Harmony at Home webinar, and from the entire Harmony family, we wish you and your students the very best.